Welcome to your daily OJ.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Do you notice these lovely paintings?
Yeah. Morgan painted them. Josiah painted them. We're very excited. It finally feels like home.
Yeah.
We got a lot more paintings to hang though. So
We need
He was
a
disappointed.
lot larger of a place for all his paintings.
he was pretty disappointed.
Yeah.
He wanted to hang them all
Mhm.
day. So
Gotta make it happen.
yeah, we have like,
Hundreds.
I don't know, it feels like a lot of paintings.
No.
So we have a lot of paintings to put up. But we have some wall space to cover.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be okay. Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
Micah has not been doing very well.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
I think it's teething.
Mm.
Just the way that he's gnawing on his hand and all that kind of stuff is
Yeah, he's got a fever and just sad boy.
pretty sad.
Yeah.
He's like the happiest kid in the world. So
Yeah.
when he's not doing well, it's pretty weird.
Mhm.
But yep.
What's our topic today?
Dude, how do you never come up with topics? It's amazing to me.
I don't think about it.
You just know I'll take care of it.
That's right.
So, I was thinking about marriage the other day, and I was just reflecting on my time with, you know, we've had the opportunity to speak with a lot of couples over the years,
Mhm.
and one thing that has struck me most often is that for marriages that work really well, that fly is really annoying. For marriages that work really well, it goes like this: that you have to be long in grace. Marriages have to be long in grace and short in memory. That you can never hold a grudge.
Mm.
And I think that is one of the most true reflections on marriage that I've ever had.
Mhm.
Because, you know, this relationship that we have and the relationship that any couple has, if you keep score and remember every single thing that that other person does, you eventually are going to hate that person. And so,
Quickly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so your memory has to be very short,
Mhm.
where it's just like, even the things that they did that morning, you can't let it mess up your lunch.
Gotta treat him like a toddler.
That's right. They didn't mean it.
That's right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
well, even if they meant it,
Right.
yeah, you just got to move on. Quick to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any reflections on that?
I think that's something that I came into this marriage like not fully prepared for, with my upbringing and background and the way I was raised. Like I feel like holding a grudge was like my weapon that I used, and I feel like I always had like a score book that I had in the back of my head, and like anytime someone dissed me, like I knew, and I made sure to like treat that person as if like they wronged me and to never trust them again. It was just a protective mechanism that I learned from a very young age. But you can't do that when you're married. And I think that coming in, I wasn't always as graceful as I could be, and I would hold on to things that like are totally goofy. But I think after lots of conversations, and we've been together almost 5 years, married 5 years, and having kids, I think I've definitely changed my like tune to it, because it's not a happy place to be when the person that you've committed your life to, like you guys are constantly battling each other or like keeping score. Like, it's just not fair, because you guys are never gonna be able to communicate because you can't trust that person. And so we've had to really tear down a lot of the walls on both our sides.
How do you see that impacting your other relationships outside of marriage? How have you seen our marriage and how we communicate or work through some of our problems? How do you see that impacting your relationships outside of our marriage?
I think it's softened me a lot, made me a lot more compassionate and gracious towards people. I still feel like I sometimes have that tendency to just, oh, they dissed me, and just like instantly write them off, and having to be more intentional with, okay, what, like walking through the process of the grace that we've been given. What about you?
What about me?
How have you, I know early on in our marriage, like I know that I wasn't perfect, you weren't perfect, and we would definitely keep scores. Like how have you transitioned?
Yeah, I think that when you hold a grudge, that when you kind of keep this peace in your heart where you're like, that person did something and it wounded me and it was real, like they actually did something that hurt me. It's not like I'm making it up and I'm just going to keep this here so that the next time they hurt me, it's like reinforcement that, it's like reinforcement of a wrong direction. And so it's almost as if you're looking for the marriage to go in a wrong direction. Right. And so you really need to come at every situation from, we're not heading this way, which is failure, divorce, whatever. And instead, you're looking towards, this is going to work out. Mm-hmm. And by me holding on to this, is it going to help me with my ultimate goal of making this marriage last 50 years, mm-hmm. right? Like, that's what I think is. There was a lot of moments that I internalized and was like, hey, that really hurt me, and she's somebody who hurts me, right? Mm. And so it just would continue to accumulate, and I would never allow the score to be settled, mm-hmm. right? It's just like, you could never get ahead by doing something good because I'm constantly keeping score of everything bad.
What was the tipping point of leveling it out?
Fatigue. Like, the reality is you get exhausted from that.
Yeah.
Like, it's exhausting to be upset at somebody. It's exhausting to, remember everything. And you really just, I got to a place where it's like, she doesn't mean anything by it. We all say things, do things, whatever. And the reality is, like, she's not upset. She's forgotten about it. And yet here I am making myself tired about something that she's over, you know. And she thinks it's over because I've said, I forgive you, even though I hadn't. Right. So, like, you just kind of get to a place of tiredness where it's like, well, what am I going to do about it? By me holding on to it, am I going to divorce her? No. So there is nothing else to do with it. You need to forgive. You need to forget. You need to move on. And show love that comes out of forgiveness. Mm-hmm. That I see Olga more as a person now than I did before, mm-hmm. Not someone who's beholden to me or she must treat me perfect because she's my wife or something like that. But instead, we're partners in this life and we're supposed to make each other better.
I feel like every day it could be miserable, like super miserable if you just keep on holding on. But like by just releasing all those frustrations and grudges, I feel like it just makes your day so much better. And more to look forward to instead of like looking into the future of like, this person's going to hurt me again. But instead of like, we can work through this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It takes a lot of communication to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. like it's important to communicate when you are hurt by somebody so that they don't keep doing it,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But when you communicate it, you also offer forgiveness, and you have the ability to forget it.
Yep. Yep. And challenge each other, because if you like just forget it and forgive, but don't encourage them to be better, then it's just a constant cycle. So you need
Yeah.
to challenge that person to be better.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. Good to talk to you.